It's game time in Orlando as the crowds at Amway Center look to cheer on the Magic. Last outing for Orlando, they won that game against the Pistons. And I don't think anybody was expecting that kind of performance. Nobody thought a blowout was in the cards.
And the key was all the turnovers they forced because they caused havoc out there, and that led to easy baskets at the other end.
Well, havoc, chaos, confusion, all of that stemmed from the aggressive defense they played. And really, I thought that was the biggest factor in the win.
And courtesy of State Farm, the starting group for the Rockets. Number 1 in at point guard. Scola out there with Terrence Williams. Then there's Martin, and it's the Beat in at the 5 spot. And for the Magic, Jason Richardson and Hedo Turkoglu are at the 2 and 3. Brandon Bass is out there with Howard, and it's Arenas in at the point guard.
I like what the Rockets have done with their roster. They've got a lot of talent, but in a league where superstars really put you over the top, that's one thing Houston has not been able to accomplish, finding a star player.
Martin with the bucket.
And they get on the board first.
Looking to set the tone early.
Here is Arenas. Steve is a GM formerly in this NBA with Phoenix. You know all about that, trying to get other players to come to your team. And last season, the Rockets certainly were in the mix for Carmelo Anthony. They've thrown their hat in the ring, Clark, trying to get some star players down there.
Yeah, they have, but, the right deal just didn't seem to present itself. They've said now they'll try to build around the pieces they have, but with that minutes crunch, no surprise to see them keep trying to land that big-time star.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, Stan Van Gundy gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He told me that they need to play with the kind of intelligence and intensity on defense that has often been their trademark. He said, we win games with our defense. That's no secret. And that's exactly how we plan to win this one. Gentlemen?
Great stuff, Doris. Thanks. That's a mantra, Clark, we're going to hear, I think, a lot from coaches. Defense first.
Yeah, you hear it all the time, Kevin, and that's the identity they want to have today, and I think it'll work for them as long as they execute it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's one thing to say it, but you got to bring it. And I think this team has to show great energy and aggression early on if they're going to win this game. Good foul. Make them earn the free throws. Don't let this team dunk.
I like that. That's a smart foul. I mean, it's a lot easier to dunk it than it is to hit 2 free throws. Make them earn them at the strike. Well, as much as the Magic were able to romp through the East, they had their troubles with Western Conference opponents last season.
You talked about the Magic in the West, over 500, but Steve, not by a whole lot.
Yeah, 16 and 14 in their 30 games against the West, and that hindered them a little bit in terms of trying to chase down Miami for that division crown.
Number 1, he's covered by Arenas. Back to Williams. Shot clock at 5. The Rockets with another miss.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
In Hedo's first stint with the Magic, Kevin, he was pretty good. Provided a spark. He's not the same player he was then, but still is a guy who can give you a lift.
Leaps for it. Scola. He shoots again, and he makes good on the layup. Scola's got his first bucket of the night.
Crashing the offensive glass is such a big part of this game, and it's going to pay off for them.
Martin against Richardson. Now the dish to Bass. Hit his foot. And the official saying it was kicked. And Clark, back to Hedo for just a second. He can still initiate the offense for him, as you mentioned, and is in good enough shape, Steve, I think, to run the show for him as well.
Well, the question is, Kevin, is he too old at this point? He's been in the league for a long time, and the athleticism isn't quite there. I mean, he can still initiate the offense, as you said, but more in a facilitator role. I don't see him scoring like he did earlier in his career. Well, just the one make here early on, 1 for 5 shooting.
No good from Howard. The Magic trailed by 6. Here's Arenas. Here's Richardson. Out of bounds. And they retain possession. As we grind through the season, let's see how the West is shaping up. Taking a look at Houston. Right now they're off to a fast start. First place in the conference. And of course Dallas, right on their tail.
Right now for the Rockets, they've made a lot of progress compared to where they were last year at this time.
Yeah, and I didn't really see it coming, Clark. I don't know how many people really did, but give them credit. I mean, they've worked hard, they've established an identity as a team, and they've had some success.
Goes right up. Blocked again.
That's great defense there. They're really going after the shooters right now.
Rockets leading by 6. Number 1. He's covered by Arenas. Number 1. Sinks it from about 9 feet out.
Man, he continues to rack up the numbers.
Guys, I tell you what, this is as well-rounded a game as you'll see.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
Well, all these missed shots is a definite concern. I like this timeout. I really do. Settle everybody down and try to refocus them on the game plan and execution.
Here is Arenas. His last outing, he had 8 points. Feeds it to Turkoglu. Screened by Howard. 6 to shoot. Shoots from 12. Again, the miss by Arenas. He kicks to Thabit. From deep. And the rebound goes to Howard. The Magic trail by 8. Guys, this offense very effective.
Point right at him.
And this is where you just start picking apart the defense, and now you take their confidence away. You can really take control.
Sledgehammer!
That should be illegal, Kevin. With that one, boy, they got the crowd buzzing there.
A pretty perfect play all around.
What a fantastic dunk to finish it off, too. Yeah, going straight to the hoop, attacking the whole way.
Yeah, nice finish. Cap that break off in style.
Turkoglu outside. On the wing, Jason Richardson, covered by Martin, and stolen by Scola.
Boy, nice job to get his hand in there and knock that ball loose without fouling.
They're all on the same page, no question.
And that chemistry has helped them jump out to this big first quarter lead. A cohesive team can beat a talented one almost every time.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
You know, sometimes you worry about a letdown when you play a weaker team, but that didn't happen last year. They handled this team in both games.
Quentin Richardson's checked in for Orlando. Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Houston. Lee comes in for Kevin Martin. Here's Richardson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Detroit. Williams picks him up. The Magic again can't hit. The point you made a second ago, Steve, was true. They took them as seriously as they would any other opponent, despite where they stood in their conference.
And we all know it. That's one of the marks of a good team, guys. They don't take anybody lightly. They bring the same focus and intensity to every game.
Arenas kicks to Richardson. He's picked up by Lee. Richardson working against Lee. Unloads. Richardson, no luck.
They are setting the tone here early with their work on the boards.
Yeah, only a moderate advantage here, a slight one, but as the game wears on, it's one they'll definitely look to build on.
Number 1, he's covered by Arenas. Number 1, the shot will not go. Some solid defense here from Arenas. He's picked up by Lee. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, there's so much to like about Dwight Howard with his defense and his presence in the lane, his rebounding. How about his durability? He's only missed 3 games through his first 7 seasons in the league. Remarkable.
And for Dwight Howard, when you consider the nightly pounding Clark he takes inside to be the Iron Man he is and hardly miss any games, that's impressive.
That may be the most impressive stat for him.
Yeah.
You know that? I mean, considering the punishment he takes, it's a credit to his conditioning, to his preparation, his mindset. He has to take an awful lot, and he prepares himself mentally and physically to do so.
Number 1 knocks down the step-back J. He has 6.
Well, they've yet to string many stops together.
Just seems like they've been a step slow here.
He dishes it to Richardson. Backing down is Howard. And he was fouled. The way up, 2 free throws now for him.
Well, Derrick Rose won the MVP last season, and I think the only guy who could really make a strong case that maybe he deserved it was Dwight Howard. I mean, he had a terrific season with the Magic, and they were so dependent on him at both ends of the floor.
You said it, Steve. Talk about how much Dwight Howard Clark means to this Orlando team. I mean, where would they be without him?
Kevin's struggling to make the playoffs in the East, most likely. You can't make any mistake about it. When you're talking about the Magic as a contender, Dwight Howard's the reason.
Jameer Nelson's checked in for Gilbert Arenas. That free throw good from Hayes.
Well, the Magic had multiple roster changes a season ago, and yet with Dwight Howard manning the middle, they managed to put together another terrific season.
Now, here is Nelson. He's covered closely. It's rebounded by Houston. And the Magic ending, as you said, Steve, with a good home record. 29 wins at home last year. Clark, that follows up that point very nicely.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, that total was the best for any non-division winner in the Eastern Conference. They'd like to have had that number above 30 this year, but...
Here is Arenas. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Orlando, Arenas and Richardson pair up in the backcourt. Howard is out there with Brandon Bass. And it's Turkle.
Well, maybe the play of the game right there.
An alley-oop slam is always going to be at the top of the list there, Clark.
Yeah,
You're right.
That's one of my favorite plays in basketball, guys.
Deflects the pass. Solo break. Number 1. And he flushes it through. Sprite Slam Cam with the replay.
Well, that's a dunk you will not see very often. You won't pass that one by.
No doubt about that.
I wish he would, though. You can never see too many of those.
Turkoglu against Williams. Turkoglu passes to Bass. Out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Now we have a chance to see the teams that have been the NBA's best three-point shooters this month. The Rockets, number 1.
I tell you what, when you have a month like this, the way they've been shooting it, you feel like the basket is 3 times as big as normal. I mean, it's hard to maintain this level of productivity, but we'll see if they can make it happen.
Rockets leading by 15. Number 1. And he sinks the layup. He's got 10.
He has such a calm demeanor, but he locks in, takes his time, and finishes.
Richardson dishes to Arenas. Here's Richardson, averaging 10 points per contest. Back to Arenas.
Anticipating that pass so well. Beautifully done.
And this is what the schedule looks like for Houston. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Here's Arenas, looking for his first bucket of the game.
You figured it was just a matter of time before Mikal found his way back to a sideline. I mean, he just has too much love for the game and wanted to be in the middle of the action, so he couldn't stay away too long.
Here's Arenas, trailing by 17. Now here's Bass, averaging 9 points per contest. 5 to shoot. Here's Arenas. And upcoming the schedule for the Orlando Magic. They host the Spurs after this one. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. And here are the Rockets now. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Well, they did a nice job of playing together as a team, creating open looks for each other. And they were really knocking down some open looks.
Boy, it makes for a coach's good dream when you can get easy chances and hot shot makers.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, getting back to McHale, it'd be very interesting to see what he can do, as this will be the first time out of the Timberwolves franchise. So a second opportunity for McHale. And I think his strength is actually coaching. I think that's what he's best at. So this could be a very good fit for him and for Houston.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
You know, Scola came to the Rockets a few years back from the Spurs. To think he could have been on that roster, man, that's really scary, boy.
Here is Arenas. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Howard kicks it over to Arenas. From deep, Turkoglu. That's good, and it's Arenas with the assist. You said it, Clark, about Scola coming up for the Rockets. Steve, you have to think that the Spurs regret that one just a bit.
Yeah, I know the Spurs regret that one. But sometimes, you make moves in this league with salary cap implications in mind. That was what that deal was all about. But unfortunately, sometimes they come back to haunt you a little bit.
Here's Turkoglu. Rockets with the rebound.
Not sure what he was thinking there with that shot selection.
We call that brain neutral, partner. He wasn't thinking.
The Magic trail by 15. Outside, Arenas. In low to Howard. Scola on him. And it's Arenas that time on the assist by Howard. Arenas has got himself on the board with 3 there. Oh! Ho, ho!
Now that was unbelievable, folks. That is major bounce to the ounce there.
Yeah, he can fly, guys. There is no doubt.
Yeah,
that guy can take off.
No doubt he can fly. What do you call it, Clark? Bounceability, I believe.
Richardson for 3. That's good. It's Arenas with the assist. Arenas has got 3 assists tonight.
That's 9 straight points coming off 3 3-pointers. The defense just getting shelled.
Steve, the threes are killing him. I think they've got to find a way to chase him off the three-point line.
Here's Turkoglu. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Rockets leading by 11. From the arc. That is good. He's got 15.
Well, I think it takes a lot of guts to shoot the three on the fast break with a guy closing out on you.
Now Arenas. Right now averaging 15 points a game. Backing down is Howard. 4 on the clock, and it's rejected. And here are the Rockets. They lead by 14. Number 1. Number 1. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. We're back to Orlando after this.
Happy holidays and welcome to this edition of HP at the Half. The Houston Rockets in front against Orlando. No signs of letting up. They're riding high with this hot streak. At Time Warner Cable Arena.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Well, the Rockets, like a lot of Western teams, really took advantage of their schedule versus the Eastern Conference. They went 18-12 versus Eastern Conference foes.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Kevin McHale. Number 1, he's in at the point. Terrence Williams is out there with Scola. Then there's Hasheem Thabeet, and it's Martin in at the 2 guard. And the Rockets playing against the East. Steve, you just told us those nice records, those nice wins they had. They really took advantage of that, Clark.
Yeah, they did. The Eastern Conference is tough at the top, but it still has probably almost twice as many bad teams as the West does. I mean, you look at it and you see the number of teams over 500 in the West. There's 2 or 3 teams don't make the playoffs in the West with better than 500 records. And the Rockets know they needed every win they could get, and they didn't overlook anybody for the most part.
Rockets leading by 16. There's the triple. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And a 3 the other way.
Back and forth we go, neither side giving an inch.
Pulls from the top of the key. It's hauled in by the Magic.
Well, they are getting out rebounded here, and it's showing up on the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, it's something they're going to have to improve upon if they're going to win this game.
Now here's Scola. 19-point game. Number 1, Richardson covering. Number 1, Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got 7 rebounds in the game. Beyond the arc, and there's Gilbert Arenas on the assist from Turkoglu. 9 points for Gilbert Arenas. Scola down low. He's guarded by Bass. That's good.
Yeah, and the defense has to pick it up a little bit here. They're getting bullied inside, guys.
Yeah, they just have not competed well enough. I mean, they've not fought. You want to see fight and aggressiveness.
Turkoglu passes to Richardson. The 3. Basket is good. The assist from Turkoglu. Richardson's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And if their last 5 makes, all have been from long range.
Yeah, and the defense has not done a good job of pressing in and denying. I mean, they're hanging back, playing on their heels. They're not being the aggressors here, and the offense is taking advantage of it.
And here comes the break. And then Williams slams it in.
I tell you what, I bet that's the best assist we're going to see tonight.
Well, he laid it up there, Steve. A pass where only his teammate could get it.
Perfect timing. I mean, that's what you need to make that kind of a connection.
Come on, baby, let's get one.
And here's Richardson. 9 points in the game so far. Arenas with it from the baseline. And that one goes long.
Boy, surprised to see that one stay out.
Me too, Steve. Boy, I like the way he fed that ball inside with precision there.
Here's Richardson. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
And coach doesn't look pleased at all. He's going to try to iron things out.
Everybody here in Orlando, you're welcome to the court.
Here is the list of players with the most boards in the league this month. The NBA's leading rebounders. Second is Dwight Howard.
Boy, has he been strong down by the rim, seemingly getting every rebound. That's such a tough catch when the ball is coming from that far.
And now, here's the Sprite Slam Cam replay.
Just cruising out there offensively. This team really playing well.
Well, Steve, it's pretty comfortable when you can be up double digits in the middle of the game. That's a good place to be. You know, when you look at the past and what the Magic have accomplished as a team, fellas, that first-round exit in last season's playoffs had to be a major disappointment.
Here's Arenas. 9 points in the game so far. Passes it to Richardson. Backing down is Howard. To stop the run. Goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
You know, how exciting is it, guys, to see him go hard to the basket like that? I love it.
It's always fun to see, and it's one of the sights you can count on when he's out there, for sure.
Yeah, but you've got to try to do more to slow him down. You can't play him so soft near the hoop.
Yeah, Clark, and they thought they made the adjustments to go deeper in the playoffs, but Steve, instead, they took a step backwards.
Yeah, they swung for the fences with a couple of big trades, and neither one of them panned out. So they go out in the first round, just 2 years removed from making it to the NBA Finals. It'll be very interesting to see where Orlando goes from here.
Another steal. And they're on the break. Goes for the alley-oop. And taken away by Arenas. Here's Turkoglu. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. They get Luis Scola.
You look at what Hedo Turkoglu has done so far. 9 points, and he's hit a trio of three-pointers to give himself 9 points from downtown.
He's doing his best to stretch this defense out, and this long-range outburst, that bodes well for this club.
When you look at the Houston Rockets, always the Rockets have been a tough team on the road. I mean, last season, even though they missed the playoffs, you know, they had the 11th best road record in the league at 18-23.
Number 1. He's covered by Arenas. He had to fade back on that one, but still got it to go. 32 points in the game. And turnovers, Clark and Steve, have been the issue for him.
Yeah, it sure has been the case. I mean, turnovers are like missing breakfast. Eventually, it's going to cost you.
Why does it always come back to food, Clark?
Well, when you think about the Rockets, such a scrappy team, Steve, are you surprised that they've been successful on the road?
Well, they're a tough team. They have smart veterans. They play hard every single night. So it doesn't surprise me. I mean, this is a club that's very capable. And I thought Rick Adelman did a nice job with that team, having them prepared and ready every night.
Richardson kicks to Howard. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Howard's got 4 points this quarter. Richardson gets whistled for blocking. That's his first foul.
Nice job offensively, going right at the defender who did not have position to take that charge.
Yeah, that's a smart play. He actually saw that and initiated the contact and got the whistle in his favor.
Number 1. He's covered by Arenas. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got 9.
Yeah, he's always going to pull the trigger when you give him that kind of look.
A challenging stretch here for Orlando. Richardson kicks it over to Arenas. It's 2-on-1. Number 1.
Boy, he's got enough hang time there to put a little something extra on that one. 2 scoops of ice cream after that.
Well, that's a play that's going to be remembered from this game, that's for sure.
I think that was more like a banana split, Clark.
Out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Quickly, let's check out the Eastern Conference standings, the season in full bloom. Taking a look at Miami. 1:15 left to play here in the third. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. 37 points for him. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The first free throw is good.
You know, guys, after 4 seasons with Coach Adelman at the helm, the Rockets front brass decided to go in a new direction this offseason. A little bit surprising because of Rick Adelman's respect and success around the league. A bold move for a franchise, not afraid to think differently. I think Adelman did a great job helping that team overachieve, though.
Nelson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot to stop the run. On offense, here are the Rockets. Number 1. The step back jumper is good. And he's got 41. And Steve, you know, Adelman wasn't in favor of the new direction that the front office wanted to go with the Rockets.
Well, that disagreement had to be a big reason they parted ways, because the front office was not very specific about exactly what they wanted to do. But I guess we'll find out soon enough here in the years to come.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And he makes the first.
Yet to miss a free throw here in the second half, guys.
And you love that efficiency from the foul line, Steve. Really can help you maintain a lead and win a game.
Pulls up on the wing, and he connects with the jumper.
But you've got to get the ball out of his hands, bring an extra defender, and force somebody else to beat you.
I agree with you. Make him give it up.
Here's Duhon. No good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Rockets on top, running away with this one. And now let's send it to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Spark of the game. Doris?
Kevin, the spark in this game, the big push by the Rockets. Things have picked up quite a bit in the last few minutes as it's been an impressive run they've got going, and it might just be what they need to take them all the way to victory lane.
Terrific stuff, Doris. Thank you. That was quite a run they had, Clark.
Yeah, I tell you what, Kevin, scoring bursts like that often tell the story, really. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
And that's been the case today. I mean, that's what you'd have to point to, I think, is the defining moment in this ballgame.
Jason Richardson and Hedo Turkoglu are at the 2 and 3. Brandon Bass is out there with Howard, and it's Arenas in at the 1 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Number 1, and the layup's good off the glass.
He's really been the focus of their offensive game plan, and he's come through for his team as they've built this lead.
Now here's Arenas. Now Richardson. Now the pass to Bass. Budinger against Turkoglu. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Number 1. He's guarded by Howard. Number 1. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Brandon Bass. The first one falls. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Stolen away.
He only had 1 giveaway in the first half, but he's been much sloppier since the break, and the turnover totals have soared.
Outside Arenas. Lee against Richardson. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Hayes. Now the Rockets with it. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Buries it down low.
This guy's putting on a clinic out there. Everything is sound and sharp and crisp. He's really the centerpiece of their offense.
Outside Arenas. And here's Bass. Got a piece of it.
You know, you look at his numbers, guys, and what concerns me is the turnovers.
And he jams that one through. Let's check it again on the Sprite Slam Cam.
He's putting on a show out there.
Is he ever?
Yeah,
Wow.
What else does he have up his sleeve?
And it's the Magic with the ball. Looking to get on the board here in the 4th still. Looking to end the run. And it's Arenas that time on the assist from Turkoglu. Turkoglu's got 3 assists now in this one. Dishes it to Lee. Number 1. He's covered by Arenas. Number 1. It's rebounded by Bass. Bass has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Arenas dishes to Turkoglu. Back to Arenas. Basket is good. The assist from Turkoglu. Arenas has got 12 points in just the second half.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Kicks it to Bass. Budinger against Turkoglu. Howard with it. 6 on the shot clock. Bass passes to Richardson. Sinks the three-pointer.
And that's 7 of their last 10 points coming off of assists, guys.
Slick, intentional, willful passing can really break down the defense, and they're showing us how to do it.
It's 1-on-1. Here's Arenas. Again, the miss by Arenas. Budinger with it. Takes the 3. And another 3 for Houston.
You know, even though it's transition, he's got the green light to fire from there if he has a good look at it.
Outside Arenas. Bass back to Arenas. They're moving the ball. Howard kicks it over to Arenas. The Magic need to get a shot off here. With the clock winding down, again, the miss by Arenas.
I don't like his body language, guys, right now. He looks like he's completely out of rhythm.
Number 1, Richardson covering. Number 1. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And the first one at the line is good. Ryan Anderson, who's checked in for the Magic. Nelson comes in for Gilbert Arenas. And a change for the Rockets. Fabit's checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here's Richardson. Nelson outside. Back to Richardson. Shot clock at 6. Nelson outside. From about 16. Jump shot is good. And here are the Rockets now. Number 1, guarded by Nelson. He feeds it to Hayes. Misses in close. On offense, here are the Magic. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing, doesn't it, Steve?
It sure does, and now it's to the point where they just feel unstoppable.
Number 1, guarded by Nelson. On the clock. Number 1 hits the close-range jumper.
What a quarter for him, and with this lead, I mean, they might as well just ride him the rest of the night.
And here comes Nelson. From outside the arc. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Simply said, it's going to take a much better effort than that, son, on a shooter like him.
Oh!
Well, he took that one to the rack with some purpose.
I'll say beautiful dunk there, Steve.
Yeah, how about the agility? Just the power and the skill, impressive.
So for the Magic, Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Anderson. And Gilbert Arenas subbed in for Jameer Nelson. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Houston. Good for the three-point play. Here's Richardson. Number 1. And it's the Magic with the ball. Number 1, guarded by Nelson. Kevin Martin on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Three-pointer. Gets it to go.
Fellas, they are heating up from outside now.
Yep, of their last 5 hoops, 3 of them have come from long range.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Well, he's had enough of that lackadaisical defense. They've got to help on penetration and deny all of these points in the paint.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Houston also making some changes. Hayes comes in for Terrence Williams. And it's Budinger in for Kevin Martin. Howard dishes to Arenas. Moving it around nicely. Another steal.
When you see
And that should do it. This is an insurmountable lead.
Yep, there's too little time left, too big a deficit to overcome. This one's over.
Each trip down becoming more important.
Yeah, they need to string some successful offensive possessions together and then tighten down defensively.
Budinger defended by Turkoglu. And it's Budinger finishing it off.
That's how it works. Your defense feeds into the offense.
Yeah, you know, excellent work, I thought. Solid work on both ends in that particular sequence.
Howard, the pass to Arenas. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. 18 points for Gilbert Arenas.
3 of their last makes coming off assists.
Yeah, they're moving the ball as well as I've seen them in quite some time.
Got that one up quick.
And he knocks down a 3 of his own.
And even if he didn't, he just made it personal coming right back with a 3 of his own there.
Kept alive. He passes to Bass. Hayes on him. Bass's shot, good.
There's another smooth finish there, Kevin. I mean, he operates at such a high level when he's in close to the basket.
Gathers, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Nice job at the line, and that one falls to pick up the and one. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Number 1 is whistled for reaching in. That's his 5th foul. Outside Arenas. Inside Leaner. And there's the rejection.
He's laboring out there right now, guys. The shot has not been falling for him this quarter.
Cannot hit. So Orlando will take it the other way. The feed to Turkoglu. From deep three-point range, shot is off. And the Rockets go the other way. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth. Number 1. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. From deep. It's rebounded by Hayes. This one for 3. Can't connect. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Well, that'll do it for us. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, Kevin Harlan saying so long. And as we end the game, we bring you our Jordan Player of the Game.